What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So oftentimes I get asked in the comments, you guys are asking me, who supports Social Security reform? Who supports a Social Security increase? The first person that comes to mind is Senator Larson. He supports a Social Security increase. He supports Social Security reform. But there's also another representative, Representative Pasquarel. We're going to take a look and listen to what he has to say about Social Security and Social Security reform. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Threads at the TEC Show Live. You can also follow my travel adventures on Instagram at Travel Explore Click. Okay, so I'm going to play this clip, and then we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is Representative Pasquarel, and he's going to be talking about Social Security reform and why it's important to reform as well as provide some type of an increase for Social Security reform. Here we go.
Sir, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's good to be back in the neighborhood. I'm going to say some things now that should not be misinterpreted as me not wanting to sit down and the rest of our group wanting to sit down to find solutions to problems. You will always find us there at your calling. But I think we got to make some things clear here. I look at this hearing as a kind of smokescreen, a cover-up for the majority's extremist agenda to gut Social Security, chapter and verse. The other side, your side, voted over and over again, and you can't escape that. It either happened or it didn't happen. To cut the Social Security Administration's budget. These cuts only make disability delays far longer. Social Security is one of the America's greatest success stories. 40% of seniors, 50% of disabled beneficiaries would live in poverty without Social Security. Social Security still stands as a monument to decency, dignity, hardworking Americans after nearly 90 years. Yet, throughout its storied history, it has been under attack. Going back to 1935, it has been the subject of scurrilous attacks and lies from day one. There is a history here, which we all should appreciate. Let's not forget that House Republicans, Mr. Chairman, brought our nation to the brink of devastating default with the debt ceiling debacle. And we're going to go back to that not this time, but other time. We nearly saw millions of Americans cut off from Social Security for the first time in history. And we can't forget that. I'm not going to forget it. And I know you won't either. And the Republican Study Committee, which represents 3/4 of all the House Republicans, proposed slashing Social Security benefits by $718 billion over 10 years, which comes to over $750 billion, or $70 billion rather, every year. That's a lot of money. Far from Social Security saviors, I think the majority insists on seeking its destruction because they have a better idea. And we're going to wait for this better idea like we waited for the peace treaty of Vietnam. Where is it? I can't ask the guy who talked about it because he's no longer here. Our nation's retirement system is lurching toward insolvency. We've got to do something about it. We can do it. All of us. We can do this. No one party can do this. No one party. We have a sacred responsibility to address the actual challenges facing Social Security. We cannot tackle delays without ensuring that customer service at the Social Security Administration is fully funded. We must eliminate the mandatory 5-month waiting period for disability benefits, as my friend John Larson, Social Security 2100 Act would do. Enough dishonesty and misdirection. We either sit down, we either work this out, or Social Security will not be here. You can't save it, I can't save it. We got to do it together. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank the ranking member.
Okay, so that was Representative Pasquarello, and he was talking about Social Security and why it needs to be reformed. Now, he talked about a few different things, a few different topics there, but I want to focus on one main topic that he was talking about. He was talking about the fact that you do have Republicans that want to make cuts to Social Security. Okay, that's no secret. Now, it might not be all Republicans, but you do have some that have talked about making cuts. You've had some that have talked about raising the full retirement age, which would be a cut to Social Security. However, just cutting Social Security alone is not going to be enough to reform Social Security. So you can make cuts places, but you're still going to need to bring in more revenue in order to provide the benefits for people receiving Social Security past that 10-year mark. Because in 10 years, the trust fund will run out of money, and when that trust fund runs out of money, you're going to see more cuts, a 23% cut. So if you have politicians talking about, let's raise the full retirement age, let's make some cuts to the program, if they want to do that now, in the future, 10 years down the road, we're still going to be facing this insolvency issue when it comes to the trust fund. And so you could see even more of a cut, so another 23%. And so what Representative Pasquarello was saying is, okay, you've talked about cutting Social Security. How are you going to reform Social Security? And Republicans don't have an answer to that. You don't have them coming out and saying, okay, we're going to make cuts here, but this is how we're going to prolong the program. On the other hand, Democrats are at least talking about reforming Social Security. They're talking about raising taxes. Raising taxes would be able to reform Social Security for another 75 years. And that would be good for people receiving Social Security benefits. And so what they're talking about, what Democrats are talking about, is either raising the payroll tax across the board or raising the payroll tax on people making $160,200 or more. That's what they're talking about. That's actually something that could happen because you're bringing that revenue in, and you'll be bringing that revenue in instantly, and it will help the program instantly. However, when you're talking about making cuts, first off, you're going to have to wait for those cuts. So if you're talking about making cuts, you're going to have to wait to see the effects of those cuts. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be instant. And as I stated, it's not going to be enough. So what else are you going to do? What are your other plans? And so I think it's good that Representative Pasquarello is bringing this up and letting people know, look, yes, you have politicians talking about cutting Social Security, but guess what? They don't even have a plan to move forward with Social Security in order to improve the program, to allow the program to be around for another 75 years. So just wanted to show you that quick clip. Hopefully you guys understood what he was talking about when it comes to the issues in Social Security reform. And so he is another strong advocate for Social Security. You guys have asked me who really supports Social Security. He's one. Representative Larson's another. And as I hear more politicians talk about Social Security reform and their support for Social Security reform, I will make sure to come back and let you guys see those videos as well. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.